So we're just thinking about the melody. Melody is king. It's the most important part. It's what we want everything to be working towards. Okay, Rangers. So I don't want to overthink this. This is a course where you learn a lot by doing. You're going to be writing a lot of music. Um, I know for some of you, you might say, wait a sec, I thought this was arranging, and you're talking about composing music. Um, but composing and arranging are basically the same thing, if you do it, if you're doing them well. um, and The way we develop the skills to arrange music is by learning to compose. And the only real difference between the two things is whether the material we're starting with is uh, written by someone else, or if we're starting with original material that we've created ourselves. But then what we do with that is the same. Anyway, you're going to be writing some music. Now, some of you might be thinking, it's, I haven't written music before. I'm stressed about this. I should do something in advance of this before I'm ready to do that. And I'm just going to tell you that this is what that is. This is the first thing. This is where you uh, get that experience. So my expectation is that you can come to this with having never written any music before ever. And it's going to be a chance for you to get your feet wet. Um, uh, the goal for this class is that you write a lot of music and that you get really comfortable with it. Um, when if you read that article that I assigned, that I wrote, ideally we would be trying to write a song a day for a year. We can't spend our whole year doing that, but we're going to spend this whole first term attempting to do that. And I say attempt, it's almost impossible to actually write a song every day. But you want that to be your goal, like brushing your teeth, because when you're brushing your teeth, uh, if you do it every day, you're able to turn off the judgment part of your brain and just brush your teeth and not judge and just do it. Um, you're also going to force yourself to explore new things because you'll get bored of doing the same thing over and over again. So it forces yourself to get creative and think of new ways to write music. Um, uh, the music, I don't expect it to be good. That's not the point at all. The point is just to do it. They say, I think it was Stravinsky said, uh, like the difference between the great composers and the bad composers is that the great composers throw out more music, and basically, we all are always writing music that doesn't work. We have to give ourselves permission to write bad music, and the nice thing is, you don't have to share that with anybody. You can keep that bad music in the garbage can and just keep the good music. So the other thing too is, and I find this more and more the more I write, um, you can't know if something is a good idea musically or a bad idea until you've like gone down the rabbit hole with it. A lot of times it's more often for me than now. It's often like a year after I've written a piece before I can look at it at all objectively and decide whether I like it or not. Um, but I can tell if it's a good piece or a bad piece, and if it's doing what I'm hoping it will do, what I'm not wanting it, if it's not doing what I'm hoping it will do. Um, so I can tell that, but even with all that, it often is a long time before I actually can tell if I like it or not. So our tendency so much is to just evaluate what we're doing as we're doing it, and you just can't do that. Um, you just got to take the risk and just put some notes on the paper, and trust that you can go back and change it. Or if you can't, if you decide that it's not something you want to invest your time in, then it's okay to stick it in the trash and move on to a different piece the next day. In fact, for this class, that's what you'll be doing. You'll be moving on to a new song the next day. So what we're going to be doing is writing lots of lead sheets. In this first week, we're not quite going to be doing that yet, and I'll get to that in a sec. But the overall structure of this class is, the goal in your mind is to try and write a song every day, write a lead sheet every day. In reality, my expectation is that you write something 4 or 5 days a week. It doesn't have to be a finished thing. It might be just writing the title of a song some days if it's a busy day. It might just be writing a measure, it might be just a little phrase or an idea. But then each week, of those 4 or 5 things that you write, you're going to pick 2 that you're going to email to me. You'll take a picture of them and email them to me. And then I'm going to pick one of those 2, and I'm going to give you some feedback on it. And I said you'll take a picture of it because for this class, all of the writing you do needs to be written on staff paper with a pencil. I don't accept computer notated lead sheets in this class for these daily drafts. Now, at the end of the term, you'll be doing a portfolio. And for your portfolio, if you want, you can take things that you wrote by hand and make them look nice and put them on a computer. But all of your initial drafts need to be written by hand for this class. And just do your best. For some of you, the notation aspect is going to be a challenge. Just do your best. That's one of the things that we'll have to work on this term and get you comfortable with it. We're going to be experimenting with different forms and different styles and just different. It should be a fun class. Okay, for this week, your assignment is a little bit different. You're not even going to be notating music yet. One of the things that I really want us to achieve, I always strive for in my arranging, is I want it to feel organic. I want it to feel not forced. And that's one of the things we really work towards with this term of writing lead sheets is we don't want to feel like we're pushing the music around. We want to feel like we're hearing where the music wants to go. So one of the easiest ways to start tapping into that is singing. For some of you, that's going to seem obvious and really natural, especially if you're a vocalist who does a lot of vocal improvisation. For some of you, that's going to seem really hard. One thing that's nice is that now we all tend to walk around with these cell phones in our pockets, which have built-in recorders, which is nice. I remember years ago, before they had that on cell phones, I used to carry a little mini tape recorder around, and people would see me on the Macs, like singing into my tape recorder. But what you're going to do, and try and do it every day for between now and Monday, is improvise some singing, like a song idea. Just sing it into your cell phone or recording device or whatever, and it can have words. It doesn't. It can also be instrumental. It's just singing, and you can develop it as like a fleshed out idea, or it might be just a phrase that you find really really nice. Um, so we're just thinking about the melody. Melody is king. It's the most important part of a piece, generally speaking. It's what we want everything to be working towards. So, we're not dealing with any chords or harmony or anything. We just want strong melodies, and then we think of that as our foundation, and everything else is going to build to work towards that. That's what we want our arrangements to do. So, yeah, sing some melodies into your recorder. If you have any questions, please shoot me an email. And that's it. Thanks, everybody. Looking forward to hearing your singing.